Hey everybody, it's time for news! It's the GameCast NewsCast ready for a broadcast.
Welcome back everybody to the GameCast NewsCast. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. Joining me as always is Maximol from the review team.
Heyo.
No Vox this week because his building's shit and he's shit. I'm joking.
Oh. No, yeah, dude, his building is always fucking with him, though. It sucks for him.
Terrible. Apparently his whole block's out this time, though.
Yeah.
Before we start, I shall put out an advert for everybody. If you are watching this and not currently part of GameCast as a content creator, now is your chance to. We are looking for members of the news team to join myself, Max occasionally, and we need more people on the news because we're bringing in people from other teams to do it, so that's not ideal. So if you want to be on the news team, you think you can manage it, then hit me up on Twitter at @SnowyDuffield, or there will be a link to our tryout server in the description where you can... This is just sort of a way to distinguish yourself as someone who actually wants to be a content creator. So, yeah, link yourself in that if you want to join the news team. So, advertising over with, let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about today is Grand Theft Auto 5, which, you know, isn't a new topic as in and of itself, because the game is actually 5 years old, which is a little bit depressing.
Just a tad.
Is it 5? No, 4 years old.
No, it's 2013.
Yeah, that's 4 years ago.
Fucking hell, that's math. Wow.
It is indeed maths, yes. You might remember one of the big things at the time was that GTA 5 was going to get some DLC or some single-player expansions. Do you remember how that didn't happen?
I do. And it's weird because a lot of the previous games had incredible single-player DLC too.
Apparently it wasn't a conscious decision, it just happened. Really?
It just happened because GTA Online started making millions and millions. That's why. That's fucking why. They do say we would love to do more single-player add-ons for games in the future. As a company, we love single-player more than anything and believe in it absolutely for storytelling. For storytelling and a sense of immersion in the world, multiplayer games don't rival single-player games. Now, they could say that, but I would be surprised if RDR2 has single-player DLC based on the success of GTA Online, because I'm sure RDR Online is
Red
going
Dead
to be...
Online is going to be a thing. Yeah.
Yep, and it's only going to be bigger than GTA Online. I just don't know... I don't think they'll abandon GTA Online, but I feel like they'll be so similar that, like, one will take over the other. Like, RDR will probably take over because it's going to be newer. No? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think probably Grand Theft Auto Online seems like it'll have more variety in it compared to Red Dead.
You would think so, but I feel like they'll make it pretty ridiculous since it's online mode. But I don't know. That's a good point. GTA can kind of do anything.
You've got
whereas,
the modern day. You can drive around in fast cars or whatever. Well, I think the problem I've always had with the GTA Online is that it's just a massive grind fest. And
so you
it's
spend
not
money.
Appealing to me in any way.
Oh, there's a quote to answer my question, or to address my theory. When asked how much life is left in GTA Online, Sarwar replied, "We don't yet have a fixed endpoint in mind, but the rollout of updates may change a little in order to encourage players to try Red Dead Redemption 2 when it launches. It would be great to have players splitting time between two incredible worlds, but we shall see how things evolve."
So I suspect what they'll do is have a sort of alternating update system in the future for the onlines.
That would be interesting. The thing is, I think
So
RDR would take
once every
priority
6
first,
months.
because they need to catch up.
Probably. Oh yeah, they'll get the first update in Red Dead. Definitely, after the game's launched. And then, they probably alternate it every sort of 3 months or so. They'll do a Red Dead update and then a GTA update, or maybe every 6 months. I don't know. I'm just annoyed because I really wanted some more single player in GTA 5, because the single player is really, really good. And that's why I play that game. I play single player and I play to mod it.
Yeah.
I don't play the online because I've tried that and it's a grind fest and I don't like it.
And from what I mean, the single player was like something actually kind of unique too. It would have been really cool to explore more of the switching characters and storytelling like that.
Yeah, like add another character to it.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would have been very, very cool. So, yeah, GTA. They're not getting any single player DLC. I guess, I mean, we kind of already knew this, but this is their first time truly addressing it. It's kind of a shame.
They didn't think they were either possible nor necessary. I disagree on the necessary. And I very much disagree on the possible.
Yeah, of course it's possible. What does that even mean?
Of
course
it
it's
means
possible.
Corporate speak is what it means.
Lord. It's like they don't even try anymore. They're just like, hey, they can't do anything if they know we're lying.
It's because they're Rockstar. Rockstar are basically untouchable as it is, so...
I just meant PR in general, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, well. Oh, well. Let's end that note. Well, a sad note.
It is a sad note.
For GTA.
The world's smallest violin.
So Blizzard are a shit company, aren't they? I'm joking, actually. They haven't... Well, I'm not joking, but at the same time, they've not done anything particularly shitty this week, maybe?
Wait, why would you say they're normally a shit company? I'd argue they're one of the better companies out there. Despite being owned by Activision. Okay, true.
They started the loot box trend. They started this quagmire.
I'd argue CSGO started
we're
that.
in.
CSGO did it beforehand.
It was not
Blizzard just did it best
until Blizz did it.
Blizzard did it best. Because that's what they always do. Blizzard takes everyone else's ideas, they put them together into one, and they perfect it. That's what they do. They always do that.
And then everyone else fucking copies it. Hashtag World of fucking Warcraft.
Exactly. Anyways, what they did today isn't necessarily shitty, but you can send in-game card packs in Hearthstone to your friends now. Yay! And more things.
Yeah, but you can't send cards. You can't just send the cards.
I feel like that would
No, wait, sorry. In fact, most in-game items can now be purchased as a gift rather than for yourself.
Yeah, like loot boxes.
Overwatch loot boxes, pets and mounts, BlizzCon virtual tickets. I don't know, man. No, because that doesn't say anything about actual Hearthstone cards. What is there a Hearthstone trading system?
Not that I know of. I feel like there shouldn't be, though.
Because you remember the trading card comparison that the ESRB made?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Then they'd be fucking right.
Well, I think you can't necessarily trade in Hearthstone because you could just like boost someone and you can make them overpowered. I feel like.
Yeah, but you can do that in any trading card game.
Yeah, but this is Hearthstone. Hearthstone isn't necessarily a trading card game.
Hearthstone's a trading
Hearthstone isn't a
it's
trading
a
card game.
collectible card game.
It's a bit different.
I do apologize. No, it's not. The only difference is you can't trade the cards. That's literally the only difference between that and, say, Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I guess. To a degree.
So, you know. I would actually be infinitely more on board with microtransactions if you could trade, like, with loot boxes, if you could fucking trade them.
Like Rocket League. Rocket League has a whole economy built around this shit. You can make... Dude, I know that you don't necessarily...
has loot boxes in.
Yeah.
I don't want to be reminded that Rocket League has loot boxes in, because I hate that.
Too late.
With every fiber of my being.
Actually, one of my old roommate, he got a car that was worth like $60. Like, he could have sold it for $60. That's how the economy is there.
Massive inverted commas.
No, like literally, people would have paid him $60 for it.
Oh, okay, so it's not actually the game has decreed that this is worth $60. It is.
No, yeah, it's like the economy that they have on Reddit and shit.
Oh,
it's
okay.
entirely player generated. It's like Psyonix didn't do this. The players did this. But yeah, like items have value like that. It's interesting. And you could still trade in-game as well. Like, you could trade items and stuff. But he could have, if he wanted to, he could have went on Reddit and sold the damn thing for $60.
Okay.
It's interesting.
That makes it more palatable to me as a fan of collectible card games like Pokemon. That makes it infinitely more palatable to me.
Agreed.
Than just having, hey, buy this box and you might get the thing you want. Hey, didn't get it? Buy another box, you might get the thing you want. Oh, you didn't get it again. Buy more boxes!
See, it's exactly though. It creates like kind of a challenge in that regard because maybe you won't get the thing you want, but like you can find a way to trade for it or something, or like you could combine that item with some other items you already have.
If you go, it's like in Overwatch, you go, I opened this crate. I didn't quite get the things I wanted from this crate. But I do have, like, I know somebody over here is, like, offering the thing that I want for some things that I have duplicates of. I know. I'll fucking trade them. Ta-da!
Exactly.
And then you could just, you could limit it as well, so you can't exploit it. You go, it has to be sort of one item for one item. It has to be part for part. And that makes it all sort of better. And fairer.
I'd agree with that.
I don't know. Yeah, I just think just make loot box like if you want loot boxes to be palatable, Warner Brothers, then do stuff like that that'll make people actually want to like buy loot boxes and give them more of a point than just you have to buy these to win the game.
I agree. Because like Mark was even saying in the chat the other day, he was saying the loot boxes haven't been too inclusive or too in the way, but then he complained about the grinding. I was like, well, that's the point.
Yeah,
the grinding is
like,
there so you buy them.
That's the point. They're making you grind because it'll make people want to pay for the loot boxes.
Which sucks.
That's how it works.
It just sucks because he sounds like he's really enjoying it. Otherwise, and it's like that fucking ruins the experience in a bit.
It does. Loot boxes need to end or get better, and I suspect they will do neither. But Blizzard have done something that's moderately decent in terms of getting them a bit
better,
more on track. So now for the not fun topic of the week, and considering I've just talked about loot boxes, that says a lot. NeoGaf went offline over the weekend in very not fun circumstances.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So, Tyler Molka, also known as Evilor, also known as the owner of NeoGaf, was once again accused of sexual assault. This is one of, I want to say...
Once again.
Yeah, I want to say like 3 or 4 times. It may be more.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, seriously. And this time around, it was a bit more drastic, and the site mods all kind of stepped down. And there was a whole bunch of people that flooded to the site, of course, and the site ended up shutting down for a couple of days. As of yesterday, it actually went back up, and I don't know if you follow NESBot on Twitter, which tweets out new topics. It was on fire. Like, people have been spamming the shit out of it. But regardless, the damage has been done. People are kind of done with NeoGaf. There's alternatives being made. There's a whole Discord with like a couple thousand people of former users in there, like trying to design a replacement for NeoGaf, hopefully a bit less toxic. People are spreading to new forums, like, because NeoGaf was seen as kind of toxic. I know in terms of journalists, I know journalists hated it. In terms of like community, I know like community people liked it a lot more than journalists did, but even then the community there could be pretty toxic, even though it did present a lot of interesting topics. Like, you could go there, you could always find something interesting to talk about.
Quite a lot of good stories.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It was a very useful resource.
Definitely. Like IGN and stuff would report on it.
It was full of very awful people.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Including the owner, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, from what I've seen, I've never got too involved with NeoGaf, but from what I've seen, this is like, the owner has always seemed like a shit person. Like, they would apparently ban people for the stupidest reasons. He'd go back on what he said a lot. He would treat people kind of like shit. So, I don't know. This just seems to be a long time coming.
Great. Okay. Fabulous. But yeah, apparently all of the moderators on the site now, like, they have apparently a limited moderation team. And they're all anonymous, presumably because I suspect that some of them are the same mods that were there before, but they don't want to be identified because they don't want to be, they don't want to have a witch hunt after them.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine that.
Yeah. But yeah, they're not doing a very good job of moderating because there's a lot of interesting threads.
Yeah.
Ooh. One of my favourite ones. Let's see if I can find it. One thread that was quickly closed said, "Check out this hot new game. It's called Shower with Your Friend Without Their Consent Simulator, developed by a dude named Tyler."
Oh my god. That's kind of funny.
Hot fucking damn. That is funny.
Wow. All right.
Oh dear. We should state at this point that all of the things levied against him are allegations. He has not been formally charged for anything.
True.
So it may not be true. It may be true. He has previous. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
And...
Well, the thing is, it came from a Facebook post from one of his previous girlfriends, kind of calling him out on it. And then this post was later deleted, but... like, the damage was done. People had already taken screenshots and stuff.
What I find funny is a lot of people have been saying, like they've been looking at this and going, "Ha! Serves NeoGaf right." It's like, really? You're gonna blame the whole site for this guy's behavior?
Yeah.
Or you're gonna use this story to justify your vendetta against a site? Whether or not that vendetta's justified is an entirely different story. But, I mean, come on. Hey, the world's full of complicated situations that you shouldn't really be judging and getting on sides of, because that's probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself.
Oh, yeah. I feel you. I feel what you mean. This always sort of happens, though, with controversial situations. Such as life, I guess.
I really don't want it to be true. Mostly because that would be horrible.
Yeah, of course.
Like, it'd be a horrible thing to have happened. But yeah, it really bothers me when you see things like this and you're just like, oh, people really are assholes, aren't they?
Yep, it's the internet. You're gonna see it more than anywhere else.
Yeah, you really do. I just, I hope that the alternatives get up. Yeah, one of them's called Reset Era.
Oh yeah, that seems to be like
That's quite good. I like that. That's quite a good joke.
Yeah, that seems to be like the leading one. I think that's the one with all the actual previous mods and stuff. I think that's the one that the Discord came up with.
Yeah, they linked to a Twitter account.
Yeah.
On this article, and it's one tweet, and it's just, "We can rebuild him," from the $1 Million Man. I quite like that. That's quite good.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, they've got 5,000 followers on the Twitter account already, so, it can't be doing that bad.
Nice.
Maybe that means I can actually, get an account or join up on these things now, because I couldn't get a NeoGaf account because you needed a .edu email.
Oh, yeah. I had one. I'd never used it, though. I thought it was so cool.
I didn't. I didn't have one because I didn't go to university, so I never got one.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I'd like to join in with this gaming space. Probably a bit glad I didn't now.
Yeah, really. They were pretty pretentious, dude.
Yeah. But, they broke some stories, so, there's that in their favour.
No, there was the good side of it, too. There was definitely a good side of it. But I just, there were a lot of people there that they used that exclusivity and were pretty pretentious about it. But yeah, it had its good and bad. You just heard about the bad a lot more.
So yeah, NeoGaf went down, it's back online, but it's still on fire, basically.
Yeah, and probably will never be the same. I feel like it's just going to get abandoned.
No, it won't be the same. I think so. Shall we give it an amount of time to live?
I'd say a couple of months. See, the thing is, I think everyone's rushing to it just because it's fun right now, because it's back up and they're all just spamming shit. But as the alternatives pop up,
I think it'll just die. Yeah, it'll just slowly die. I'll be more generous. I'll give it 6 months.
Okay, fair. I just know that a lot of users, I've been seeing a bunch of forums, what is it? OpenCritic. I think just opened their alpha forums and people are flooding to that. Like I've been seeing a lot of people in the industry tweeting about like different forums that are now blowing up because of everyone's leaving NeoGaf. Yeah. I think the Waypoint forums are getting pretty big now too. And a few others.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah. Goodbye, NeoGaf. Let's move on.
Yay!
And finally, a slightly different section to normal, but we're going to talk about our predictions for Nintendo Direct.
Predictive Piss!
We are going to talk about our predictions for Nintendo Direct because we can.
Anyways, it's not going to be talking about like a Switch or a 3DS game. It's going to be talking about the mobile game that was actually like supposed to come out a while ago. But because of Fire Emblem Heroes, they delayed it because they didn't want both to come out at the same time, which makes sense.
But that means it could be launched anytime between now and March the 31st.
Do you think that they'll just announce it? Or, I mean, do you think that they'll just, like, launch it, if not, like, tomorrow, but, like, maybe next week? Since it was supposed to come out a couple months ago, or no, more than a couple months ago. I would imagine it's, like, done. You know?
I don't know.
Because I'm sure they've added on to it since then, but I mean, I'm sure that it's basically done by now.
I'm guessing it's going to come out mid-November. That's my guess.
Okay. That's a fair guess.
I think, yeah.
I just hope it comes to Android right away, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it is, it's scheduled to come to both.
Oh, thank God.
But, yeah, so hopefully it'll come to both at the same time.
Yeah.
Because Super Mario Run came to iOS first, didn't it?
Yeah, but then Pokemon Go and Emblem Heroes came out on Android same time, so I don't know, maybe that was just a Mario case.
They probably changed it, yeah. Yeah, apparently Shigeru Miyamoto has previously stated that the company will continue to focus on crafting original games to mobile rather than porting old ones.
Which
so
is
that
cool.
means it's not going to be like a straight port of the original Animal Crossing.
No, what I bet it'll be, well, I'm sure as cool as it would be to have a full-fledged Animal Crossing game on mobile, I feel like it's going to be a neutered down game that's going to kind of prepare you for the Switch version, and then you could like port your stuff over. I feel like this is going to prepare you for the Switch version. You could port your stuff over so you could be like extra ready come the full game. Like I feel like you'll have features like the pattern maker. You'll probably be able to like design your house, maybe have ways to get furniture, but it might be like through mini games or something. I don't think you'll be like walking around a town and everything like that. Maybe you will, but I just feel like it's going to be a pretty neutered experience to prepare you, which I'd be okay with.
Yeah, that might not be a bad shout, actually. I'd say what I think it might be is it might be literally like, Happy Home Designer?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
It might be like that, where it's literally just focused on building up the house rather than walking around and, like, being a bumblefuck, basically.
No, yeah, I could definitely see that. That's what I'm thinking, too. Like, kind of mini, like, maybe they'll have that, like, as a mini game and then a few other mini games or something like that you get stuff
it could be
for.
like mini games where you earn furniture for your house.
Yeah. And then, like I said, the pattern maker, and then probably a few other things. I haven't played the games in so long, so I can't think of extra things right now. But like maybe you'll be able to fish a little bit to have some stuff for a collection, or maybe you'll be able to fill up the museum a little bit. That'd be kind of cool to go in and already have some stuff for the museum, like the fish and maybe a few fossils. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I know it's not like a big thing. But I'm actually excited about this because I love Animal Crossing.
Yeah, me too. 100%. Just like Fire Emblem. Like, that was exciting. It's a cool game, you know? Even if it is a mobile app, it's exciting. It's pretty cool that out of anyone to make exciting mobile apps, it's fucking Nintendo. Like, of course it is.
I know. Well, it's because they're good at just making games.
Exactly.
Rather than basically, like, glorified microtransaction things.
That's one thing they've always
Nintendo.
done.
You've got it fucking right. You make games. brands.
Yep.
Like, you make games consoles rather than these weird sort of cross multi-entertainment platform bollocks.
Yeah,
Got
I
it
noticed the newest Xbox One X ad, like, still had, like, half of it as people watching TV in 4K.
Nobody wants to watch TV on an Xbox.
Exactly.
Do you think that they will announce a Switch version of Animal Crossing then during this, like at the last minute? I think they will.
could see them doing that. I don't think they will, but I could see them doing that. I wouldn't be that surprised. Because they said that there's
Nintendo
not any
aren't
news
that-
for the other two.
They say that all the time, but it's like, I don't know, maybe Nintendo aren't that good at subterfuge when you compare to like Ubisoft. Maybe I put too much faith in their subterfuge.
Fair. That would be cool though. I'd be okay with that. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
what's cool is that there's also going to be a Zelda. The Zelda is the next app coming after Animal Crossing.
Oh really?
Mhm.
Okay. But yeah, I can definitely see a Switch version of Animal Crossing being announced, and I'm quite interested. I'll be quite interested to see what they do with Zelda on mobile.
Yeah, me too.
Again,
Me too.
with all of these things, I hope it'll be more interesting than Super Mario Run, which was a bit...
It ran well though. Like it worked really well.
So?
I'll give him that.
That's the least I expect. So that's it for this episode of the GameCast Newscast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like, subscribe, or a share, whatever you fancy. Our social links are down in the description, along with a link to our Discord, where you can join in some lovely public chat, or try out Discord server again if you fancy becoming a part of our team.
Woo!
And let's do the self-promo, Max. Where can you be found on the internet?
Anywhere on the internet under Maximol, Maxemole. Best places to contact me are Twitter, where I like to rant, or the GameCast Discord, where I spend a majority of my time.
Lovely. So anywhere on the internet, does that include places like Brazzers?
If the name exists there, yeah. The thing about my name is that because it's my first name and my last name, it's never been taken. So anytime you see Maximol on the internet, it's me in some way, shape, or form.
I will have to search you out on the porn sites then.
There you go. That's my answer to you.
Okay. And I can be found on Twitch at twitch.tv/metalnerddude. I can be found on Twitter at @SnowyDuffield. Thank you very much for tuning in to the GameCast Newscast. Stay tuned to Gamecast for more news, reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts, lots of fun stuff like that. And we will see you next week for more news-related banter and shamblery. That's not a word. Say goodbye,
I like it,
Max.
though. Goodbye, Max.
I like it too.